If you're tuned in after the live, please make sure to hit that like button, as I've taken the time, and I didn't do another XRP update today because I already showed how we had fallen outside of the short-term bull flag. But I don't believe the longer-term bull flag is fulfilled yet. I still think that's the short-term bull flag that we were trying to hold to see if we could get an immediate move up. But I've talked about how the real consolidation we want hasn't happened yet. We need the true... So I'll get into it once I get this set up, but this is going to show you exactly how we're so far ahead when we do break down, because we had to leave credence to it when it was set up in the short-term bull flag. We at least had to show the targets, but we also have shown the breakdown targets. But as I promised, I'll be more bullish, but I'm still going to show you the truth about what's about to happen if it's imminent threat here, and we're going to have a drop here. We're going to have a drop. But I believe it's going to form this wider bull flag, which is the true bull flag in the pattern formation. But we'll get into this in just a sec. Just give me 30 more seconds. And if you're tuning in after, please hit that like button. Or even if you're tuning in now, I don't know how popular this live will be because I'm on at a random time on a Saturday. But I do believe this will get views after the live is put in place. You know, they typically do just as well, if not better, on views. But I like to have an active discussion. So when I say I don't know if this is going to get views, I mean for an active discussion. So just about 30 more seconds here and I'll be all set. Not even 15 seconds. I just got to set up the chat and everything on here on my phone, just in case it doesn't show me everybody's chat on YouTube. So okay, let's get started here. So everything looks to be set up here. And I won't know if anybody's in here yet because I'm not going to set up anything yet. Let me just make sure this is turned on just in case. Colin, welcome in. Okay, 15 people, 6 likes. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit that like button. Help me push through the YouTube algorithm. And make sure someone wants to stay here when they get in here. So, good late afternoon, early evening. 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So what's going on today with the pattern? Well, if you're familiar with the earlier update today, whoops, how did I close that out? Okay, so if you watched the earlier update today, even if you didn't, XRP fell out of the short-term bull flag. So let me get this arrow out. We fell outside of this short-term bull flag, and we acknowledged that we were in it, and if we broke out, we had the targets up to $1.08, $1.10 area, or $1.10 and $1.13. But I believe we're forming a bigger pattern. That's the 673. That's the double bottom, but it would also be a perfect hit on the uptrending support. It could theoretically come lower to this. There's a 65-cent area in here as well that I would draw out here, but I was planning on doing that if we had an active discussion here in the live. So what I'm thinking is that we're going to have a 10% drop. I think we're going to have a 10% drop. So that's why I said imminent 10% drop. That has nothing to do with what's already happened. I think we're about to have a 10% drop, and it lines up relatively well. In the 2-hour time frame, you've got to hold the 2-hour 200-day if you want your pattern to continue moving on in a bearish, just kind of like in a retest of support after, and that's right where the 200-day is. Now, I was having an issue where I should draw this. If I should do it like this and come through, because it still comes through there, or if I should do it in the 1 hour and do it up, whoops, what the, and do it up here. So I have it set up in the 1 hour right now, but there's really no right or wrong because we're trying to predict that movement. And what I did was I spliced the downtrending resistance arrow, and I just did it from the other side to where it would match up in a similar formation. So that's how I came up to this right here. So XRP, it looks like to me, Richard, you are very welcome. Thanks for taking the time to update us all. Hey, no problem, Richard, no problem. I never know how many people are going to be here, so I just talk so that I can inform everybody whether or not you know, anybody's in the lives. I do love talking to everybody, don't get me wrong, but I understand it's a weekend, and I'll do the live for anybody who's, you know, who's staying informed over the weekend. And, you know, we kind of go by what everybody else's, the conversation is. So I appreciate everybody who's taking the time to tune in. I really do. XRP Rich, is XLM XRP move in tandem? It will be. Except XLM already had a more volatile breakdown. So that's the only difference. Come on in. Welcome into the live. I'm glad you could join in on the live. Who else did I just see? Ordy Drain, welcome in. Hope you're having a great afternoon. And Rye, yeah, I think they're going to follow. William, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Saying good job, Tom. Good job to everybody who's tuning in on a Saturday. I greatly appreciate you, William. So what I'm thinking is we're going to form the actual bull flag. We're going to have a retracement down to like the 67. The only other question I have is if it comes down to the 65. And the reason I say this, and I'm going to talk to everybody now because we have some people in here. A lot of people get deterred by XRP. Let me take it off the chart for a second. No, I need the chart because it's going to. So everybody gets deterred on these. Wow, 34 people here now, 14 likes. Make sure you hit that like button to help push me through the analytics. Give everybody that positive outlook when they come in here of why they should stick around. Not just come in here, but if you hit the like button, if they see 16 views, they might leave, or 16 likes, but if everybody's hitting the like button, they are more likely to stay. So after a big push up like this, you want a consolidation. You want liquidity. That's why I talked about our best opportunity. We could have a bounce in the short-term bull flag, and we had the targets of 110 and 113, but that likely would end the end of the pattern. If we want any hope that this pattern has any staying power, we have to have this consolidation, form down the proper bull flag, which I don't even know which angle it's going to take, is the problem. There's still one more level we could do this, but we'll talk about this in a minute as a community. But if you get the liquidity on a breakdown, now the move will have staying power. You can't just have a straight up and down. So right now, it's my theory right now, because the 200-day runs through that 673 we've talked about, which is also the swing low down here. So the swing high is 93, swing low 673. The mid-tier run up on the next push up was 850. So now you got lower high, lower high. Now we could have this symmetrical support, so it could form like a symmetrical triangle, I suppose. So it could do something weird, and you could pull this all the way. I don't know if it would do something like this or not, but this is something we're speculating right now. But it technically, I suppose, it could be like more of a, it could look something like that. If it has a symmetric, if it has a support that hits down there, I suppose the pattern could do something like that. So that's why when we were talking about the short-term bull flag, yes, you can get an immediate push out, but that's not what we wanted. We don't want that. We want to have this push out. It's if it holds 70 cents, that could be a possibility as well. It's somewhere in here. You're right about that. 70 cents could hold. But this looks like a small bear flag. It's not going to hold, in my opinion. I think we're on our way to a 10% drop here. So another 10% from where we're at. I think we're approaching that 673. Now, it could be a symmetrical support there. That could be what's happening. It might not even be this if it hits there. Let me get rid of this. It could be this flat support here. Maybe you have a hit here at the 673 swing low, or you bounce out of here a little bit higher, and maybe it does bring from down there. Man, you could look at this so many ways though, because look, this is why I like doing this live. What if it's not even the uptrend like I have it drawn, and what if it does something like this? So we had this, came down, and now but this technically was still consolidating, so we're going to use it from here. What if we start forming something weird like this? I mean, it could be so many different things right now. So if we theorize, I mean, God, there could be so many things. I'm I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, but you see the problem here. We're in a spot where it could be so many things. 41 viewers. I greatly appreciate that. 21 likes. It is psychological, but guess what? If you understand what's going on within the pattern formation, it'll really help you understand what's going to come next. Like, we knew the short-term outlook, if it broke up where it could go, but now, because we had a proper retest here, we rejected on the try to push back up here. We should be able to come down here at minimum. Maybe it'll only be down to like 69 cents. Maybe it'll be down to 69 cents. You know, and maybe that's why it has the uptrend forming like that. But something tells me it's either going to be 67 or 65. If we break below that, we could possibly retest the broadening wedge breakout, which was at 613. Yes, please make sure to hit that like button. It does greatly help push me through the analytics. It really does. Thank you, Crypto Scrooge. Welcome in, my friend. Make sure you're watching Crypto Solo Scrooge on YouTube as well. He just pushed over 500 subscribers. Do you like solo? XRP Rich, we need Bitcoin to break 30,000 so we can move and get juicy. I'll add right down to 61. Yep. Well, and then below that, 585 is the pattern double top that we broke out finally. Welcome in from Serbia, Bronzloff. I greatly appreciate you. 33 Beat says 40. I think Bitcoin's going to go up as well. And we're having a consolidation here. That's what I'm trying to explain to everybody. 33, I'll look at H-bar as well, as we finished off our position yesterday on FOMO Fridays. We now have 10,054 tokens. Over a 9-week period, we're able to get them. TA means nothing. Dips are buying opportunities to me. My bag was established. Yeah, but see, that's all fine and dandy, but if TA doesn't matter to you, I think that's the wrong approach. Let's see who said that. Ortis, think about it. If you would have understood TA, you could have took that bag that was packed in 2019, sold it with our community at $1.66, took all of those profits, right? You could have understood we were at the top of a bull market, and all that hard work you put in buying in 2019, you could have sold out with us in 2021. We took a 47-cent average, sold out at $1.66. Some were way lower. You could have sold it from 19 cents, sold out at $1.66, and then did what we did. Now we have a 34.6-cent average. We couldn't buy back for over a year and a half, but by saying technical analysis doesn't matter, you've just done yourself a disservice. We sold for over $12,000 in profits, threw all of it on precious metals, and still had a portfolio to where I was able to build back 12,222 XRP, XLM, XDC, over 10,000 H-bar, 22,222 V-chain, 22,222 ZIL, 12,222 V-chain, 22,222 ZIL, 52,222 DGB, without having to add any money. We simply used our initial buy-in plus a little bit off the top, sold out to all of our profits. So to say technical analysis doesn't matter, my friend, you have done yourself a huge disservice. And if you follow me for any length of time, now it's just accumulation. That time has passed. But we took a serious opportunity by what we learned on the charts, knew the time in history we were at. Now it's a completely different time. So, Crypto Scrooge, Tom, me that trick sell high but low. Yep, that's right. You sell high and exactly. So it's all about cycles. It's all about cycles. So if you can capitalize at the top of a bull market and buy back in a bear market. Otis, I don't understand all that. I understand keep buying until 10 or 20. Yeah, you can do that. I'm just saying, you said you don't know, technical analysis doesn't matter, but we'll keep it positive. You're just a typical trader. It's all good. We'll take a look at H-bar, but this is what I see with XRP. So I think we're imminently coming down about another 10%, most likely to that 673. It meets up perfectly with the 2-hour, 200-day support. And that would validate us not having a short-term trend reversal. If we break down and hold that as resistance, it's possible that our short-term trend has changed now. So be aware of that. But right now we're firmly on the top side. And what draws me big hope is in the weekly that we have our first golden cross here in the weekly since, what was it, November of 2020. So this tells me the pattern, yes, we're having a short-term correction, but it's optics, folks. This is going to end up, I think, being a very big bear trap, and it's going to come back down. And like I said, we're probably going to have a very quick drop at some point here, and everybody's like, oh my God, XRP, we're going to get the same thing. XRP's down 14% on the day. I'm telling you, we're lining up for a big 10% drop right now. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't care if everybody says we're bullish or bearish. I don't tell you whether we're going up or down. I just give you the proposition so we can make an educated, informed decision. But right now, we are looking at another it's either going to be 7.8%. We can hold around the 686, or like somebody said, the 70 cents is where we could target it, somewhere around here. Let's say it hits right here. Or 70 cents. It's either 6.3 or it's about 6.3%. But more than likely, we'll probably come down to 673 it's another 10% still from where we're at. It was 10% from where we broke in and got that rejection. So we're still looking at a pretty substantial drop here. And I know a lot of people, we're going to get the talk, so I always try to do my best so that you can see it's a weekend, but I don't hide when we're going down. I come on here when it's happening, just like I come on when it's happening when it goes up. Because it means no difference to me. I'm doing the technical analysis. Whether it goes up or down, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to understand the pattern. And now we're trying to front run this pattern. Could it not form what we're talking about? And we're forming the wider bull flag here, and it's just not formed. The short-term bull flag, we wanted it to break. That's what I kept saying the last few days. Even though it gives us a 45% swing high, if we break out to a $1.10 area, it would most likely... it's the perfect spot to reject and get broken down, because that $1.13 we'd have to break to reverse this from being a bear market rally, in my opinion. We had a swing high in the 2021 bull market of $1.98, a swing low of about $2.86. To me, that firmly puts us at about $1.13 to where we would need to break over, have a proper retracement, and start pushing back up and try to retest a new bull market. That's just me. But I have a lot of data in my head. I run the statistics all the time. I have a photographic memory, yada, yada, yada. I had a traumatic brain injury in a car accident when I was 28. I broke my back when I was 23 in a car accident. I can't see out of my left eye because of keratoconus. So, you know, I work differently. I sense feelings better. I can read people better because I can't exactly see as good as everybody. I can hear better, but my senses are so much stronger. For some reason, God's given me the ability to be able to see things in my head and not forget. So all these patterns I never forget. So I mean, I can remember the patterns that we were doing in 2021 like it was yesterday. That's where all these lines come from. And people are like, what the hell is all these lines? This is historical data, folks. I mean, not right now in the short term. But this is historical data. When you go back to the all-time chart, oh, that's not the all-time chart. I don't know what the hell chart that is. Apparently, I've once again taken off the all-time chart, so I'll get that back after. It's not relevant here. I do that quite often. I'll accidentally delete my all-time chart. But I mean, even now we can see it. The longer pattern that are playing out here. And if we were to break down in this short-term pattern, we might have to come back to it. We don't want to retest here. But you see in the wider, this could end up being like... that's why 65 keeps standing out. Now I remember we talked about this on the initial breakout. And yes, this looks sloppy in the weekly, but we'll go back in the smaller time frame. But look, we talked about this when it first happened. What if it just did a prototypical bull flag just to break out? We don't know if that's 65, if that's 67, but it looks like 67, 65. But what if it does that? We talked about this right when this happened, and wouldn't it be just like it? And then break out. Because you need consolidation. We need the consolidation. If we don't have consolidation, we don't have liquidity. Without liquidity, it means the move. It can try to move up, but at the end of the day, we don't have the support. Now, another key factor is the volume, folks. Look at the volume on the breakdown. Does that look enticing? No! This is what we want. Look at that breakdown in volume. It's not supporting the breakdown. Ready? Yeah, no, you don't sell now. No. You don't sell now. OSW. Oh, hell no. We're not selling now. This is all accumulation from here on to the rest of history. To me, XRP became digital currency. When we go over into the new world, we already know that it's being tested for CBDC use. So is Ripple. We've got all this evidence in other parts of the world. I've shared so many things in the past few days, and I'm going to continue sharing them as the stories break. And I thank everybody for watching those content. As you notice, I've taken my technical analysis and separated it from the developments in Ripple and XRP so that we can have it shared a story instead of just having technical analysis story, back to the TA, back into a story, and have 5 different things at once. I've learned over the past month or two to separate it, and it's making it much easier for everybody to see. But all of the adoption, I told you, 2023 was going to be fun. 2024 gets intense. 2025 is the real deal. 2028 is when all that hard work comes together fully. So it's up to us. This is the time. Hold on one sec. Someone's dropped me off something. Pretty good. How you doing? Thank you very much.
Sometimes Jack was done, sometimes not.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. Be safe out there. All right, so we do all of this. Man, there seems like a lot of comments. I thought it said there was like 42. 67. That makes more sense now. I was going to say there's a lot of comments coming in. 67 people watching. 41 likes. Please make sure to hit that like button if you appreciate my content. It really does help push me through the analytics. It's the only way. And then if you want to support my work, you can either send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. I don't do paid promotions, paid advertisements, or paid sponsorships of any kind if you're new to the channel. So you don't have to go through any of that nonsense. So with XRP now, we got the liquidity, we're forming. We've got all this stuff though, like I said, with the with not cross borders, but we can do a lot of cross border stuff, but we're integrating around the world. Adoption's happening. We found our way into FedNow through one Finestra, and there was a whole bunch of links that we did in a live a couple days ago if you want to go back and watch it. But there's a lot of stuff happening right now. Even, I know I still have this pulled up, this new partnership we'll talk about, Ripple boasts new partnership to test issuing crypto CBDCs and stablecoins. So on the day that that's announced, late last night, early this morning, all of a sudden, we're going to have a breakdown here, right? It's like mentally get people to sell right when all the adoption's really happening. We also had articles about how in the UK and Lithuania and Ireland, they're adopting. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. I don't pay attention to what David Schwartz says. He's one of the bigger fudsters. He's the reason why, one of the reasons why XRP holders have false expectations. I mean, $50 would still be a good buy, but I mean, really? No, it wouldn't. David Schwartz, I mean, maybe to him, a good buy is at 50 cents. A good buy is at 30 cents. A good buy is sub $1. $50 is not a good buy, in my opinion. David Schwartz is a rich son of a bitch, though, so he's going to say what he says. Hey, thank you so much for the $1.99. Hold on, let me see that again. I got to pull up my phone. For the $1.99, 33 beats is, shit, I know what that is. Hold on. Don't tell me. That is a pound, but you guys call it, shit. You told me this before. Damn it. All right, I give up. I don't want to waste too much time. Maybe I'll figure it out in my head, but you guys told me what the slang is, if that is indeed a pound. Anyhow, so right now we're looking for the liquidity, and we should come down here. We really should. We should come down here. I'm going to move to the other side because the sun is in my eyes. Oh, much better. Much better. Now I just got to grab my phone and my water. Hold on. Okay, so now that we're gathering the liquidity, if we come down and form the Bullflag properly, that's what my expectation is. We had the short term, but I think we're filling it out. I think we're about to finish off this 10% drop here. And we're going to come down here. Most important thing to remember is that we only need one bank and then they all jump in. Oh, speaking of banks, ready? Thank you for bringing that up. You'll allow me to do this. Ripple partner. George Theodore Screw. Thanks for the 4 months. Renews that on Tom's Army for 4 months. I will keep up the hard work indeed. Thank you so much. Jan, welcome in, love. I greatly appreciate you. Let's see if it'll come up. I think it was the, whoops. No, not Bank of Australia. I think it was Australia. I have so much stuff going through my head. Which one was it? National Bank of Australia, right here. So we only need one bank, right? So this is why I keep sharing stuff. I shared this article as well. Or I shared when Ripple did this, but I'm trying to make sure everybody stays on par here, everybody. Jan, welcome in, love. I'm so glad you're in here, honestly. OSW, he says the most important thing to remember is that we only need one bank and then they all jump in. And it could happen today, tomorrow, and a year, but if it happens, you won't have a chance to buy. That's right. That's why I keep saying, we didn't sell in 2021 as a community at $1.66 when all of 1,000 people put the faith in me at the time. Whoever out of the 1,000, I should say. And we waited for almost 2 years to buy late 2021, early 2022. We're not selling, folks. We have an average of 346 as a community. If you bought when I did, I was very transparent doing it the whole time. And 12,222 tokens, those aren't for sale. I still have dry powder in case it goes 20% below 346. I have a very defined buying strategy, believe you me. And if it goes down 99%, I've got 5 buys, 5 different buys, 20% down in increased increments that I will smash and grab the buying opportunity by the fortuitous you-know-what, by the old Groteskies. And we'll put ourselves in a position that we never thought possible. So 12,222, I'm very happy with those amount of tokens. It's 5,000 more than I had in the bull run in 2021. But I also have, I didn't have any H-bar. I have 5 times more DGB. I have twice as many XDC, 3 times as many XLM. I have 3 times as many ZIL, twice as many VeChain, but with far less money, and I was able to save from the bull run. But anyhow, forget that. This is just what we need to do in this time. So what I keep trying to tell everybody, why does it seem like we're moving so fast? 75 people. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you hitting that like button. Please, if you hit that like button, it'll help push me through the analytics and we'll get more people in here. Or if you don't want to do that, just hit the subscribe button in lieu of that. Subscribe to my channel. You can send a YouTube super chat and I won't judge you, or join Tom's Army if you really don't want to hit that like button. But really, it's so simple to hit the like button. So we talk about partnerships. So as XRP, if you're new, we're prophesizing it's about to have a 10% drop here. Finish it off to roughly the 673. We acknowledge it could come down to 65 or hold the uptrend right here if it's going to be more in an uptrending fashion off of the 1 hour time frame, where we're theorizing here, folks. And we do that based on the fact that we have compounding indicators that could allow us, or transparency that could allow it to happen. The 2 hour support right now is right down. It's right about, depending on where you hit, it's right about the 673 level. And that would signify that we don't have a short-term trend reversal. You don't want to lose the 2 hour 200 day. As long as you hold it, this is standard operating procedure. And what I'm thinking is, since we lost the short-term bull flag like we wanted to, as we've been saying, we didn't want this to play out. Because then you get to $1.10, $1.13, and yeah, it seems awesome, but then you just come right back down and create a big topping, a head and shoulders pattern. This would be used as a big left arm, and then when it went up, it'd be a big head. We've seen it before in the past. What we want right now is for this to come up, and we wanted it to break down here. We want this to come in here. We want that consolidation. That would allow the liquidity for a massive bounce back up. You guys have, and gals have no idea how big of a move this would be if we could get the proper convergence here. But we need a hold in this area. We can't have it break down. This would be last stand. You don't want to lose the broadening wedge breakout point. Capo X, welcome to Tom's Army. Wow. Thank you so much, Capo. You just made, 2 of you have made my day already. Wow. A new member always makes my day. 78 likes, 57, or 78 viewers, 57 likes. Hit that like button. So, yes, the price is bearish and we're about to lose 10%. I'm very transparent. But I want you guys to pay attention to the optics. That's the FUD. The chart right now is the absolute nail in the coffin truth right now. We're on a massive rally. Now everybody will talk like we're on a significant downturn. Why? Because we're having the big consolidation after a big move. We went up 94%. A 45% to 50% drop is what I said would be the best case scenario. That would fill out this bull flag. And at the time, I still don't know. Even then, I didn't know then. I don't know now if it would be 673 or that 65 cents. It could even be 70 as we've seen about the 698 level. All 3 are important levels, but that bull flag, if it plays out and holds properly, is huge. A lot of people are shaken out right now. They're getting shaken out. They're going to sell. They don't understand the package here. Like, they just don't understand. And, like, when you buy in like we did, look at guys and gals, we control our fate now. Don't you understand? You have the ability right now to add to your portfolio while we're doing this consolidation. We bought in, not there. We bought in late 2021, late 2022, finally rebought back in. Look where the average is. I'll do it at 347. Even right now, everybody's complaining that I see in like the forums. Even if we come back to a consolidation of 673, let's just say 65, we're up 88% still. Right now we're up 110, so you still control your own fate right now. You can do what you need to do. I'm not telling you to hold and use my strategy. I'm not a financial advisor. But what I am telling you is I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this process, and this is how I stopped working for a living. I broke my back in a car accident when I was 23. I'm 39, about to be 40 in December. I was burying cables when I was 35, 36 years old. I was a personal trainer when I was younger, but I couldn't do it. And then you'd think I wouldn't be able to, but I was my own boss anyhow. So I taught myself technical analysis, but it wasn't just the charts. I learned how to invest in the stock market initially, but using commodities, and then, like little penny stocks I would test my strategies out on. Got hammered in the beginning, lost several $1,000s because the penny stocks, like crypto, is why I love it. It taught me how to learn accumulation, especially with commodities. So every time I would make gains in the stock market, and this started back in 2017 area, 2018, no, 2019. Every time I would make a profit, I would buy precious metals. But I would keep my initial buy-in plus a certain percentage just so I would have a little bit more to play with. But let's say I made 400%, 280% is coming out into precious metals. So that money was never lost. So I started compounding like I said, I wanted to be my own central bank. Mike Maloney, Peter Schiff, Robert Kiyosaki, and especially in this case with the central bank talk, Gregory Mannarino, many years ago, he's been on YouTube for about 10, 11 years. But many years ago, he was a big influential part of me understanding, holy crap, I can create my own central bank. But I need to have precious metals at my reserve. So I turned my currency into real money, which is gold and silver. I consider crypto, for anybody who's new, money, not a store of value like gold and silver or precious metals or sugar or oil or whatever. But I think it's a money because you can send it from my state to any other country. I can go cross borders, and it'll turn into that native currency, which makes it money. Currency is just that. It's native to your country. It's native to where you live, and it can't be transferred unless you turn it into the other native currency at upon arrival. So I think money is crypto, just like, precious metals. So I took that strategy from the stock market and I loved XRP, but I couldn't figure out how to buy it. In 2019, I was so pissed because 2020, I couldn't figure it out because I was too much involved in commodities. I was trying to get out of the rat race. But all of a sudden, I got out of the rat race in late 2020. I started my YouTube in early 2021, but I was out of the rat race for 6 or 7 months by then, had a nice steady income by doing what I was doing, by using the strategy, and I was exponentially evolving my precious metals holdings. Well, now I found XRP many years ago, but I figured out a way to buy it on Uphold in March of 2021, and it changed everything. The only thing that I couldn't figure out is what are all these people talking about as influencers? Like, for it to get to $10,000, it's got to be a $2.5 quadrillion market cap. We were sitting at like 2.5. I'm like, what the hell? Or 1.8 at the time. What the hell are they talking about? And then all the information was XRP to 100x, XRP. You know, I'm like, can I please just get the news about the adoption? The price doesn't even matter right now. And then everybody was getting so bent out of shape. So I'm like, you know what? I can do this better. And I don't know how it happened, but my first video has 12,000 views. My first video alone got like, over time, like 2,000 subscribers on its own. I don't know how it happened, but it happened to go around. So now we get into XRP. You know, in crypto, I use that same philosophy to buy. So now I pushed the message in 2021. Hold true. We're going to have a big downturn, but eventually this adoption, it's going to look more and more obvious that we're going to be used as a central bank digital currency. Even Fed now will have it implemented through various ways, but the public is going to be oblivious to it because most of the influencers have no idea what they're talking about. They really will push the $25,000 a token so that they can make a little bit of money off of you. I don't charge you a red cent. If you want to donate a membership in Tom's Army so that you can support my channel by you buying one, you know, that doesn't give you anything special. You can get the Telegram because that's where the community's at without, you know, so that there's no like spam or anything. But I started that because of the members joining. I never thought anybody would join Tom's Army. But, you know, proof of work over time, when you put money in people's pocket, it really speaks volumes. So now we put the strategy in place. Now we have all of this stuff. And now you see on FOMO Fridays, and that's why I love the live, because I can ramble on and everybody who's here will get so informed. Anybody who misses out, hopefully they watch it after. But now we've built up such a portfolio. Come on in. We have a short-term bounce, but you see what's going to happen. The 30-minute, the 30-minute, we got to look at it from a higher perspective here. The 30-minute, it's going to have a rejection. That's exactly what it's doing. It's either going to get its proper rejection here or here. You could possibly finally get the rejection at 778, and then that gives you the full move. That's what I was saying. From here, it was smaller. But if we get it from up here, it's a 10% move. That's an imminent move. A lot of people will get it like, oh my God, it went back up as short term. You're wrong. You know, but that would be a proper rejection. We could absolutely go up there and get it. This formed a nice little bear flag though, so be careful. I'm just saying the way it's setting up, we should get a 10% drop. We need it to form something. Much rather it just come through instead of getting a firm rejection here. But either way, you could get a rejection here in the 2 hour. After all, we're coming down to the 200 day is what we're trying to get to. So getting rejected at the bearish cross site would make sense. So that is a possibility on its way down to come back up and retest that. That's what we were talking about in the beginning. We can still get a rejection up here, and then that would be how the 10% is calculated from up there, from that part of the move. So as all this is happening, so we'll get a little bit of steam lost, right? A lot of people will probably start talking more bearish about XRP in the days to come. Keep bullish, though. This was reported just about 2 days ago now. Remember, you only need one to make the tide turn. So this is today. And one more thing I want to show you guys. Big Vern, I will attend and interact. I'm not fortunate enough to join or... No. Big Vern. You do not, listen, let me read his comment because this is very important to me. I will attend and interact. I'm not fortunate enough to join or donate. Sorry, I wish I had anything extra. I'm lucky to have grabbed XRP XLM when it was basically worthless. Thanks. Big Vern. No, that's not what this is about. The people that donate or the people that are sending a YouTube super chat, they've gotten something out of this and they've made something out of this. Or they're in a position. I do this free for a reason. I don't charge for any of my content. There's no paywalls, none of that. All my content is released to everybody. I don't make people have a membership to talk in the lives, or I put it all out for everybody. All I need from you guys is hit the like button and share it. That's the truth. And the right people who can be put in the right position can send a donation. They often will, and they'll send it on behalf of the ones who can't. I had a very generous one time by a lady in here, and she donated $50 on behalf of the community for the ones who couldn't donate. So, I mean, it happens. Trust me, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Yep. Hey, I understand the broken body, my friend. OSW, how do you estimate a price in a new financial system? You do not. No one knows, and anyone who talks about market cap has no idea what they're talking about. You're talking about the new financial system, my friend. Have you read the paperwork like I have? Have you read every single piece of article that's come out in the actual white papers like I have? Do you know when the final implementation is for us to even have that kind of a price scale? So yes, you can use market cap while it's in place. Don't take the negative approach. How about educate and ask me questions? Stay positive, my friend. There's a lot of knowledge you could learn right now, and I'll teach you right now. So, the market cap in 2023, 2024, and 2025 will be unattainable in the quadrillion-dollar market cap because there's still ties within the current fiat system and the universal system as they're switching to a gold-backed system in other parts of the world. You still have ties to the old SWIFT system before the upgrade. No, I know OSW, but what I'm saying is the price predictions now, the $50, that we're going to go up to $10,000 now. They're talking about this in the year 2023. In 2024, they're saying we could hit a couple $100. They're saying by the end of the year, we're going to be $50. It's impossible. Until we break free of this system, when all the liquidity starts going through the on-demand, the ODL, with RippleNet and Ripple, and the Ripple Protocol consensus algorithm is at full use, and we have the XRP ledger doing what it's intended to, all these partnerships are forming for that day and time. When that happens, nobody knows. But what I will also preface is there's a Ripple IPO in 2024. You can't tell me that there's some back-end thing going on here, that some of the money that could have found its way into XRP, that maybe XRP is meant to be more stable. And I've always contended with, why does everybody get mad with the fact that XRP might be a $10 token, that you get a big run and it goes 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80. Maybe you hit 100, and once you get, like I always say, once you hit 25, you're something there. You're one double up away from a double up to 100. Once you get to $10 is when real money's made. That's why at 34 cents, if you go from 10 to 20, you're rich. You made so much money from 10 to 20. Now if you do another double up from 20 to 40 and you have a 34-cent average, oh boy. Where can you earn legit free crypto? You can't. You can't. That shit's a scam. That's a good way to lose all your crypto. I'm glad you asked, Big Vern. So anyhow, now that we're gone into all of that, right now in the here and now, they're trying to tell you all this stuff so you're tricked out. I have a big conspiracy. Jed McCaleb left XRP not because he was leaving, not because he was forced out, not because he had a disagreement. I think too many people like me and you were buying XRP, and they wanted it for big business. They can support it for retail, but they wanted big business and institutions. They gave Jed McCaleb his buyout of XRP so that it could secretly that's a way of crowdfunding without doing it, the project. So every time he needed money, he would sell out on a monthly basis. Think about it. It funded XLM. Now there's not as many institutional investors that you have to worry about that would be partnered with retail. Retail is getting directed in XLM's direction by marketing as well, even though it can support institutions. But that's my conspiracy. So now it all runs together. That's why XLM price surges with XRP. This is all together. This is all not this is what didn't happen by accident, is what I'm saying. This didn't happen by accident. So now XRP is showing green in the immediate short term. The longer pattern shows a bigger drop. But But yeah, with the Ripple IPO, I'll be talking about that. I will be buying the Ripple IPO when it comes out to the public, once I see the proper levels to buy. If we can get in at a good level when it first IPOs, we can make an initial stab, or we'll have to wait, depending on where they list it at. But I'm telling you, we're going to double dip here. We're going to have XRP and Ripple. We'd just be foolish not to. We have all the information. We're going to hit this from so many angles, it's going to make your head blow up. So I keep saying, we buy ISO tokens that are compliant with ISO 20022 and the IoT Internet of Things only. Only. I can't wait for the Ripple IPO sometime in 2024. And yes, it brings a lot more attention to XRP as well in this whole spectrum, so it's not all bad. Wow, we went over 102 people again. I can't believe it. This is becoming an all too common occurrence. We need Ripple indeed, and there'll be a lot of marketing there. So let's read this for anybody who doesn't know. The National Bank of Australia, NAB, what does this say? Has not partnered with Ripple to use. We wrote here picking up news from the web that we won't even talk about XRP. Why did they bring XRP? See, people are trying to fud up this story. The story was not about Ripple. See, people fudded up that story now. The story was that Ripple partnered with the Australian bank. Partners with NAB, I believe it was. Of course it'd get mixed up like that. Okay, so they're switching up their story a little bit there. Well, the partnership, anyways, is the partnership with Ripple and the National Bank of Australia. And then the story today is even bigger, but there's another one with the XRP ledger that I wanted to get to, and I'll share this separate with the XRP ledger. They made a nice little partnership here as well. I might have to pull it up after this, though. Crap. I'll pull this up after because I don't want to waste all this time. Here, let me read this as I promised. So, Ripple boasts new partnership to test issuing crypto CBDCs and stablecoins. And this is the biggest news of the day to me. During all this negativity, this is the big news to me that's getting overlooked. A recent blog post published by Ripple shares that the blockchain behemoth has added Superhell blockchain tech research lab to work on the Exology project together. And I promised during the live we'd go through the Ripple.com part of it, and we will. Ripple involved a new EU crypto project. The project has a goal to test and issue cryptocurrencies, which include CBDCs and stablecoins, as well as boosting the confidence of regulations that using these nascent assets is safe for all parties involved in the process. Superhell is headquartered in Lithuania, and it offers Ripple its expertise in projects closely related to cryptocurrency. Now I remember what I was trying to find. Now I remember. This is what I want. This is what it was. So Ripple applies for crypto license in the United Kingdom. So this was a story. We'll get into that, but that's what it was. I knew there was a story that I couldn't remember. So this is with the CBDCs and stablecoins. We could buy pre-IPO, but it's going to be a lot harder. Exology is an infrastructure system for trading and settling tokenized securities. Actually, I'm going to read the Ripple one separate in an update because this is just getting too long, honestly. I'm going to put too much stuff in and no one's going to know what's going on. Infrastructure to exist side by side on a single tech layer, make all process more efficient, launch new business model, and so on. The partners. Okay, I don't know what happened, everybody. I have no idea what happened. I don't know if anybody's even going to be here now.